When a Nebraska farmer retires, the decision goes far beyond just one person. It affects their family, their community, and it shapes Nebraska's entire agricultural future. Hi, I'm Zach Lundak. I help people who want financial planning help but don't want or need an advisor to manage their investments. The reality is that Nebraska's farming population is aging. The average American farmer today is almost 60 years old, and almost half are over age 65. But unlike traditional careers with clear retirement dates and pension plans, farming blurs a line between work and your self-identity. This makes retirement particularly challenging. Other factors that make this pretty complex are the fact that land values have skyrocketed in most areas. The equipment investments alone are worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars that are just sitting in machine sheds. Livestock operations require daily monitoring and management, and they don't pause for retirement parties. Many families discover that retirement planning really should have started 10 or 15 years before they actually want to retire. This timeline allows for gradual transitions, including tax planning, and more importantly, preparing that next generation to take over the operation. The process involves slowly shifting responsibilities, modernizing operations to attract that younger generation, and navigating complex situations involving loans and government programs. Even things out of your control, including weather patterns, commodity prices, and the global market, add an extra layer of complexity onto this whole thing. Retiring during a drought faces a vastly different situation than one retiring during great times. This uncertainty makes planning essential. A few options and paths present themselves as a Nebraska farmer considers retirement. Perhaps the most emotionally satisfying one is passing the operation on to family members. This requires willing and capable successors, clear communications about expectations, and often creative financing solutions to ensure fairness among all family members, not just the ones inheriting the farm. But not every farm family has that next generation that's eager to continue the operation, so selling to neighboring farmers often provides an attractive alternative. This keeps the land in agricultural production hands and within the local community. Corporate farm sales and land auctions represent another route, particularly for larger operations. Leaseback arrangements offer a middle ground, allowing farmers to sell their land while continuing to farm it as tenants. So the financial landscape differs vastly depending on those different scenarios. The assets of the farm often represent millions of dollars in land, equipment, and livestock. Converting those assets to retirement income isn't so easy though. It requires very careful planning. And perhaps your biggest expense is going to be the tax bill when you sell some of those assets. For instance, capital gains on land that has been held for decades can be substantial. However, various strategies exist to help minimize this burden in retirement, including timing charitable contributions with asset sales that could involve giving to your favorite organization, setting up a donor advised fund, or perhaps even setting up your own private foundation. Another strategy might involve a 1031 tax-free exchange where you could sell your farm assets of land and buy another piece of real estate that would provide some cash flow to help satisfy those retirement expenses. While Social Security provides the foundational retirement income for many Americans, farmers often find this benefit is lower than they might otherwise expect. This is due to years of trying to minimize taxable income for farming operations. Probably one of the most common income sources for farmers in retirement is just rental income from their land. Legal structures profoundly impact what happens when the Nebraska farmer retires. Many operations have evolved into complex entities that require careful unwinding or transfer to the next generation. This extends into estate planning, where you go beyond simple wills and trusts and really get into some complex documents. It is crucial to get professional guidance for these transactions because it represents everything that you've worked to build up for so long. So using specialized agricultural attorneys who specialize in farm transitions specifically is so important. So the decision to retire from farming carries weight beyond personal considerations. It'll affect your family, community, and the entire state. But by planning this carefully and designating the appropriate resources to get this done as you intend will change everything and make it so much more fulfilling. I put together a tool that helps you evaluate your readiness to transition that operation to the next generation or perhaps other buyers. So check out that in the description and we'll see you later.